All right, everyone, we're here at Legacy Liquors over here in Longwood, Florida. Right across the street is literally Winter Garden. This is right off of 1792 over here in Longwood, Florida. And they have 7 different locations, which is included in this location here. Multiple locations here in Central Florida. Now, they do have some amazing store picks here, which I can't wait to share with you. But without any further ado, here we go. Let the show begin. Forget about it. Bada bing, bada boom. Let the bourbon hunting begin. Heyo! Wow! All right, so basically, once a year, Mo, the business owner at this location at Legacy Liquors and the other Legacy Liquors locations, they get together and they donate some of their hard-earned money that they've earned, and they help donate that money to charitable causes. And for instance, they donate money to the American Cancer Society. We all know people who have been affected by cancer in their life. We also donate money to Make-A-Wish Foundation, which benefits children who have been dealt a very bad hand in cards. You know, helps them go to Disney or Universal Studios. This trip may be the last trip of their life. So these are very, very amiable charities. They also support the suicide awareness charity, and they'll actually be doing in August possibly a gift basket where they'll collect money for donations, give you tickets or raffle tickets to possibly be able to get a basket of bourbon or a basket of other goodies, and then all the money will be donated to suicide awareness. All right, everyone, I love going to stores that have amazing stories like this. Now, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, make a comment, whether it's positive or negative. Every comment is appreciated, and I'll respond to all comments. But thank you for everyone. Thank you for subscribing. I want to give Kevin a special shout out. Me and him actually went over to Roasted Spirits in Claremont. We met up with Frankie. We had a couple good pours. Kevin, you're going to be a good friend. Thank you for reaching out. And it was even a bigger pleasure to meet you at that liquor store the day before Mother's Day. He actually wound up pointing me out in the crowd and recognized me. So Kevin, you are the man. Thank you for everything, Kevin. And I can't wait for more opportunities to turn up for the two of us to come out and have a drink. As you come into Legacy Liquors, this is going to be their business hours here. Most nights they're open till 10 p.m. and on the weekends they're open till midnight. Can't go wrong with that. As you walk into Legacy Liquors over here, the first thing that sticks out is this Buffalo Trace water tower. I love seeing decorations like this in a liquor store. They have their Buffalo Trace products here. You got some Traveler's Whiskey, some Buffalo Trace. You got some of their Benchmark products over here. Never sleep on Benchmark. Benchmark is a magical gem, especially for the price. But you see they got single barrel, small batch, regular Benchmark. You have their Traveler's Whiskey here, which is their collaborative series. And then we go into some more Benchmark here, some single barrel and some bonded. Now, right after you finish seeing that water tower, right in the center of the store here, right in front of the doors, they have some gift packs here, including this High West. Comes with 2 rocks glasses. You got a double rye in there, and then their regular straight bourbon whiskey. And then we also have some cognac here, into some rum over here too, some Clyde Mays with a flask over here. You know Clyde Mays is doing something right when they give you a flask with a bottle of bourbon. You know, whenever you go out to a little event, have a little swig of some Clyde Mays. And then you got some rum chata over here, and then we got the Jack Daniel's Ginger Ale, Tennessee Apple, and Coke Zero. And then we have some tequilas over here. And these are all going to be right in the center here. And the best part is Legacy Liquors here in Longwood has a special program. It's a wheel which every $50 you spend, you get to spin the wheel. And what happens is that wheel will land on one of these special bourbons here. We're gonna hit this little spinner here, and then what you'll see is every $50 you spend, you get to spin the wheel and then pick up anything on here at MSRP. So wow. This just says I won a Penelope Rio at retail price with my purchase. Wow! Can you say holy shit? I'm gonna say that again. Holy shit. This is amazing. You gotta come here. Buy some beer, buy some liquor. Heck, buy some gin if you want. But every $50 you spend, you get to spin this wheel, and you get to either get a E.H. Taylor small batch at MSRP, you got a Stag Junior, their own store pick 4 Roses single barrel, Eagle Rare 10. There's that Penelope Rio that I apparently just won, but I didn't actually spend the money, so that doesn't count, unfortunately. You got the Jack Daniel's Sinatra, the Willet. We have their own Smoke Wagon private store pick barrel, Peerless Double Oak, Sazerac Rye, Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, McKenna, and the Old Bardstown, and the Remus. I mean, you're not going to lose when you hit this wheel. And also, on the wheel, you can win little drinks of alcoholic slushies like strawberry daiquiri, pina colada. They got a mango and raspberry slushy. You want to have a nice chill time here in Florida while it's 95 degrees, come to Legacy Liquors here in Longwood. Chill out, have a slushie. Now, one of my favorite things about Legacy Liquors over here is I've always told you guys, if you can try it before you buy it, that's one of the best methods of being able to pick the bourbon you are going to spend your hard-earned money on. Here at Legacy Liquors, they have a multitude of different bourbons for you to try, including their own store picks, such as their Nulu store pick. We also have a Smoke Wagon store pick, but I don't actually see that one up there. Actually, it's hidden right here. Here's the store pick, their private barrel store pick is Smoke Wagon. This is supposed to be some phenomenal stuff right here. Smoke Wagon is a very good company to get your products from. And then on top of that, their uncut, unfiltered is also amazing too. And we're about to give this a little try here. Try his Smoke Wagon Private Barrel Select here. I am excited for this. Mo, you are the man,
how's it going, everyone?
and this is the owner right here. You have any words to say, boss?
Absolutely. Guys, it's a pleasure for having you with us, being able to check out our store. We would love to have you guys come on out, witness the tasting table, have a sample of bourbon, gin, vodka, you name it, we have it available. If we don't have it, I might just open it up so we can try it together.
Now, Mo, the business owner, was kind enough to give me a few samples here, including this, which is not available here. This was gifted to him. This is a Specialty Select Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof, 100 proof, from the Montreal airport, which was gifted to him, and he gave me the absolute pleasure of being able to sample this. This Jack Daniel's single barrel 100 proof is phenomenal, but no, you cannot get this here at the store, and from what I understand, you cannot get this in the US. You have to go to Montreal airport for that. All right, so we're going to start with their bourbon selection here. We have their benchmark products here, top floor, small batch, coming in at 17 or 18 beans. You go into their bonded, foolproof, and single barrel. I love this foolproof. It is an orgasm in your mouth. And they also have the single barrel here. We go into the Texas bourbon with the balcones. Texas bourbon is starting to become a hidden gem. You know, as I said in some of my other videos, bourbons age a lot faster in Texas than Kentucky, and has a lot to do with the heat and humidity in Texas, where the bourbon's able to keep continuing to age, whereas in Kentucky, the bourbon actually stops for a little while because of the cold. Once that humidity and heat leaves Kentucky, they're kind of socked in for the winter. Next, we go into our Rebel, into our Old Forester, and then we go into our Old Tub Unfiltered, coming in at 22 beans. We have our Fighting Cock into the Extra Brooks and into the Evan Williams. Don't sleep on Evan Williams. For 17 beans, this is some of the best old-fashioned bourbon you can find, and it won't break the bank account. We also have some early times, and then we're going to go up into some of their flavored stuff here, like Screwball, Southern Comfort 100. When I was a kid, I would sit here and drink Southern Comfort 100 thinking I was cool instead of the regular Southern Comfort. Next we go into our Jim Beam Orange, Peach, and Vanilla, coming in at 16 and 17 beans. We have our Jim Beam Hot Toddy. My grandfather loved hot toddies. After we get done on the ski resorts, coming down the hill, have a hot toddy. We have our Jim Beam into our Bubba's, into our Chattanooga whiskey, and then we go into our Yellowstone over here. Yellowstone comes in at 50 beans and also at 52 beans for the single malt. From there, we got our Wild Turkey products here, Wild Turkey American Honey, and then their regular bourbon. And then we have our pure, I think that's pure Kentucky. It is pure Kentucky. From there, we go into our Remus, and then we have our Belle Meade. We have our Larceny small batch. We have our Four Roses over here. They have the big boy coming in at 47 beans. We have our High West Manhattan barrel finished cocktail coming in at 40 beans. Our High West bourbon and double rye. In the beginning there, you saw the gift pack they had there with both of those with 2 rocks glasses. We have our Kentucky Vintage and Dickel bourbon into the Howler Head. From there, we graduate into our 13 Colonies. We also have the 13 Colonies Rye into the Russell's Single Barrel. Russell's Single Barrel is coming in at 70 beans. Then we go into a Four Roses Small Batch and Four Roses Single Barrel. Now, Four Roses Single Barrel is nothing to sleep on, especially at 50 beans. This Four Roses Single Barrel is going to be batch 49-2N and also batch 11-4N. This is delicious stuff. If you're just getting started in the bourbon game, really think about getting one of these Four Roses Single Barrel bottles. And also we have our Maker's Mark. Still, after 6 months of hunting, I have not come across a bottle until just now with the wax coming all the way down the label. I might have to purchase this. This is the first time. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is that one of the special bottles I should pick up with the wax coming all the way down here? I'm kind of tempted to. Then we go into our big boy Maker's Mark bottles. And we have our Redwood Empire. Redwood Empire is coming in at 40 beans. We have Pipe Dream, Lost Monarch, and Emerald Giant. Then we have our Knob Creek 9 with our Bullet Single Malt coming in at 64 beans. We also have our regular Bullet Bourbon. They have their Bullet Old Fashioned Cocktail here coming in at 33 beans. And then here's the Bullet Rye coming in at 36 beans with a Manhattan Bullet cocktail all put together there for you. Takes all the hard work out of making a drink. Now we have our Jim Beam Rye, and we also have our Jim Beam Double Oak. And we go into our Jim Beam Regular Bourbon. And then we got our Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple, Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. And we got our regular Jack Daniel's. We have the big boy bottle here coming in at 43 beans. We go into the regular 750 milliliter bottles here. We got both the bonded and the bonded rye. Then we go into our Elvis whiskey, into our American Hell House Legend, and then we also have one I have never seen before, Digits. This is Digits Bourbon Whiskey. Let me know in the comments. It says this is an award-winning bourbon. I've never seen this Digits bourbon before. Let me know in the comments, have you had this Digits bourbon before? And if you have, what's your opinion on it? I have not had it, so therefore I do not have an opinion on it. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's because of people like you guys I'm able to continue to do content like this. And I really appreciate all comments, all subscriptions, and all positive likes on the channel. Heck, even put in your negative comments. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Correct me so I can better my bourbon hunting game. I am always open to suggestions, and this way I am able to work better. I'm able to produce better content for you guys, and I'm also able to sit here and enjoy myself even better knowing I'm doing it the right way. Now, we also have our Basil Hayden's Toasted, and then we have our Michter's American Whiskey, and then we have our Michter's Small Batch, both coming in at 50 beans. We have Fortuna, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, into Old Forester. We have the Prohibition style. This Prohibition style is really one I recommend you guys get. It is phenomenal. And that comes in at 59 beans. From there, we got our Old Forester Statesman. This is another really good one for the price. It's 95 proof for the ABV, and that comes in at just 54 beans. And remember, you spend $50 here, you get to spin that wheel, and who knows what allocated pick you'll get. You saw my spin landed on a Penelope Rio. Holy shit, I'm going to say that again. Next, we're going to go into our Blue Note Crossroads and Blue Note Juke Joint. Now, this Maker's Mark here is their own store pick. You see the mash build over here. I just had some of this over there in their tasting section, and I was thoroughly impressed with this Maker's Mark store pick. Next, we have our St. Augustine's. We have port finished, toasted finished, Florida straight bourbon, and then they also have their toasted oak. Now, all of these, the first two are just 73 beans. The Florida straight bourbon is 54 beans, and then the toasted oak is coming in at 50 beans. Now, here we have our big Granddaddy bottle of Woodford Reserve coming in at 70 beans. We have the Woodford Double Oak coming in at 62 beans over here. Now, we go up top here, we have our new Rift. We have the straight bourbon, they have their rye and their malted rye. The straight bourbon whiskey comes in at 46 beans. The rye comes in at 55 beans. And then the malted rye comes in at 66 beans. Then we have our Heaven's Door. And we go into our Nulu products here. They have Nulu Reserve, Toasted, French Oak, and Straight Bourbon Whiskey. The Straight Bourbon Whiskey is their own store pick, if I'm correct. And I did not try a sample of this, but I have a feeling this is going to be next on the sampling wheel of pleasure. Yeah, forget about it. Now we go into our smoke wagon. We have the uncut and younger smoke wagon. We have the smoke wagon small batch. We have their blended select straight rye whiskey, and then the smoke wagon malted straight rye whiskey. We go into our Penelope. We have a cast finished. We have the Architect coming in at just 60 beans. Now, the actual bourbon hunter himself loves this Penelope Architect. I still have not tried it yet. This is on my to-do list. I am definitely slacking when it comes to that. Now, we have our barrel strength Penelope and our toasted. And then we go into our Angel's Envy. The Angel's Envy rye is coming in at 90 beans, and the regular Angel's Envy comes in at 50 beans. Then from here, we have our I.W. Harper coming in at 50 beans, and then we have our Chicken Cock. We have Chicken Cock rye, we have their straight bourbon whiskey, and we have their Chicken Cock small batch coming in at just 65 beans. Now from the Chicken Cock, we're going to go into the Nelson Bros whiskey, their reserve bourbon coming in at 60 beans. They have their Old Elk bourbon, including the Jack Daniel's barrel rye and single barrel select. I just picked up a Jack Daniel's bottle from Golden Ox Liquors, which is their own store pick. I probably will be doing a review on that shortly. We go into our Gentleman's Jack, into the Japanese whiskey here, and then into some Crown Royal Vanilla and some regular Crown. And now we're going to go into some of the good stuff here. Now we're going to go up here to the top, and we're going to start off with their Forgate, and that comes in at 236 beans. It's their Brazilian Ambarana oak cast finished. Then we have our Calumet 16 and also 15-year-old bourbon coming in at 160 beans for the 16 and 135 beans for the 15. We have our Distance Puncher's Chance coming in at 125 beans. We then go into the Garrison Brothers. This Garrison Brothers small batch comes in at 90 beans. We have the Honeydew, and then we have the single barrel coming in at 106 beans. We have the Willet Bourbon here, which is something a lot of people aren't very highly fond of. We have our blended straight whiskey here, the Art of Alchemy. We go on to our Noah Mills coming in at 63 beans. And we have our Rowan's Creek. And then we go into our Joseph Magnus here coming in at 109 beans. This Fox and Odin straight bourbon whiskey is delicious. The Double Oak is one of my favorites here, coming in at 98 beans. We have our Peerless, both small batch and rye. And then we go into our Whistle Pig. I have been corrected. I keep saying whistling, but it's actually Whistle Pig. We have the Summer Stock, small batch 10-year, coming in at 90 beans. 12, coming in at 148 beans. Highly sought after 15, finished in a estate oak cast, coming in at 190 beans. We also have the Double Malt Whistle Pig 18, and that's coming in at 400 beans. Next, we have our Red Breast 21. That's coming in at 322 beans. We have Glenmorangie, which is 130 beans. Into their single malt. We have the Delamore coming in at 330 beans. And they have the Johnny Walker Blue. They have both the 1.75 liter bottle coming in at 500 beans and also the 750 milliliter bottle coming in at 160 beans. This is going to be our treat now. Show you some of their tequilas, because a lot of people love to see the tequilas, and I've had quite a few people ask me to show the tequilas. I can't pronounce a lot of these names, but I'll let you take a look here. Now, a lot of people in the bourbon business love their tequila, and I've never had any of these, but I'll let you see what they're out here, because, come over here and pick up a rare bottle of tequila. Enjoy it with the other products you get here over at Legacy Liquors. We have the Don Julio 1942. We have the big bottle for 370 beans, and they also have the smaller bottle for 200 beans. The funny thing is, this particular tequila always looks like a bomb. You got the Silver, the Respirado, and also the Anejo. They have a smaller Don Julio here, which is coming in at just 90 beans. This is the Don Julio 1942, and it's just 90 beans. You know what? You want to enjoy yourself with a good bottle of tequila, and you don't want to spend all that money to get the whole big bottle. Get the smaller one. Make sure you like it before you buy the bigger one, especially if you're going to spend your hard-earned money. Like I say, no money, no honey, and it's never funny. And once you spend it, it's gone. Here we go. This actually comes with a jewelry set here. Necklace and earrings coming in at 550 beans. This also comes in at 500 beans. You see, you get that jewelry set there. Surprise the wife with that before she gives you a divorce. So try to, cover up what you spend, but they do that on purpose. There you go. And then the last one here is the El Dorado, 25 years. That's coming in at 600 beans. We got a guest over here who's actually spinning the wheel as we speak. He just got a free tequila slushie. I think he gets 3 spins, so this is spin number 3 for him. And today he will be getting a spin again. All right. That's sweet.
Yes.
Take 4. He just got the opportunity to buy an Eagle Rare at retail. Holy shit. That is amazing. That's why you should come here to over here to Legacy Liquors. You know, you get an opportunity to come out with something you weren't expecting to come out with. This is the beautiful thing about this store. This wheel is magic. The magical wheel of bourbon. All right. So the first time I spun this wheel, I landed on that Penelope Rio. But now this time is for real. I purchased my stuff, including this Slam Dunk Maker's Mark. It's the only one I've found in a half a year. So let's see what happens here when I spin the reel for real. Da 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 da. Show me your Rio. Better luck next time. I struck out. It is what it is.
Go ahead and get you another spin.
Oh.
Coming out and doing the video. That's the least we can do here at
The
Legacy.
boss gave me a free spin by Remus Repeal.
That one is, I'll tell you how much that. But which one did you want? I think you wanted the Peerless. Did you want that Peerless?
Oh yeah.
$84.99, I think.
Sold.
Gotcha. Well, there you go.
What I'm gonna do is he did me a solid today,
Wheeling and dealing.
and I'm gonna pick up this Peerless Double Oak over here. And I can't thank Mo enough. Mo, you are a superstar.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you
guys.
so much.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, for sure.
Forget about it. Bada bing, bada boom. Over here at Legacy Liquors, they have exclusively, we have Robert Cool Bell over here. You know, have you ever been to a wedding and you hear that song, Celebration, let's come on. This is the guy who sells that. Not only does he have this rosé here, but he also has a whole nother lineup over here of different champagnes. When he does come over here to the liquor store, I will be over here to get a signed bottle from him. And I'm also going to let you guys all know when he comes over here to the Longwood Liquor Store, so you yourselves can also get a signed copy or a signed bottle of his champagne. Forget about it. You're going to be in for a treat when you come over here to Legacy Liquors. Oh yeah.